It's time for Wave 3 Listens Live on Kentuckiana's first live local TV talk show, all hosted by John Ramsey. This is Wave 3 Listens Live.
We hope you had a fantastic weekend. You know, you got a little taste of retirement this weekend, maybe a little time by the pool, maybe you were out on the water in a boat, picnic, whatever the case may be. We have your roadmap to retirement. Let's make every day a beautiful day and a weekend. With me now is Seth Stewart. He is with Brookstone Financial. You see that right here, and welcome back, Seth. We've got lots to talk about.
We do.
But something that I think is important to all our viewers who see you every Monday, baseball.
Yeah, it's a little bittersweet, John. You know, the season is wrapping up. We came to a close this past weekend. The boys had a great time, though. I think they all learned a lot about the game and about each other. And we finished up the season. We were 6-7. You know, not the best season, but again, you know, it's all about having fun and the kids really learning. So there's always next year. There's my team right there, the Reds. You know, the 2015 9U Jeff GRC Reds. So had a great time, boys.
Yep. And that's a good year. And then, like you said, a learning experience, and that's what really counts, and I had a great time.
Yep.
Okay. Interest rate update. If you watch this show every week, this is something you'll see every single week because the interest rate could affect your retirement. Seth?
Yeah, John, and we're already seeing interest rates, or the potential rise in interest rates, really affect the markets. I mean, the markets have been pretty volatile last week, and a lot of that is the uncertainty of the interest rate environment. But currently at Brookstone Financial, we have FDIC insured money markets at 0.80, 3-year fixed annuities still hanging in there at 2%, 5-year fixed annuities 3.15, and the 1 to 3 year maturity bonds, those rates pretty well speak for themselves, anywhere between 5% and 7.5%. So some great rates to be had at Brookstone.
And another thing you should know about Brookstone Financial is they also are one of those members of the community who likes to give back, very philanthropic. If you'd like to help and have a good time at the same time, kind of like the baseball team, learn a little bit and have a good time at the same time, there's a big golf scramble coming up here.
There is, John. This is our second annual golf scramble with proceeds benefiting Ronald McDonald Charities, a charity that's very near and dear to my heart. We have 2 dates. First one coming up is at Wooded View in Clarksville, Indiana. That's July 18th. It's a shotgun start at 8 a.m. And then out in Sultan's Run, or out in Jasper, Indiana, Sultan's Run Golf Course, Saturday, August 8th. That's a shotgun start as well at 8 a.m. It's $300 per team. It's a 4-man scramble. That's a very reasonable price for a 4-man scramble. And we also, John, we added a $50,000 cash prize hole-in-one contest. So ought to be a good time.
You know, $50,000 might help my retirement
there
a little
you go,
bit.
yeah.
That's not bad motivation to get out there and swing your clubs. There's a big check right there.
Yeah, that's last year's event. That was out at Wooded View. And again, we just had a great time. That's the many of the members of the Brookstone team. So, you know, it's a nice opportunity to get to know each other and get to know the rest of the team and get to know our clients on a deeper level.
All right, before we go to the emphasis of today's shows, the big topic today, let's talk a little bit about your website, brookstoneFinancial.com. You were telling me you have a reports section. Now, what exactly is that about?
Yeah, John, it's a great resource. Our reports section of brookstoneFinancial.com has a lot of great reports. I mean, we have reports that are really geared toward women in investing. We have reports geared toward Social Security. We also have a report that's a very popular download, and it's a report geared toward government employees. Whether you work for the state or the federal government, your benefits are vastly different than those in the private sector, and it's important to understand those benefits and how those pensions may affect your Social Security benefit. And John, to kind of elaborate on that, I've got a lot of clients that did work for the federal government in the past, and they receive these Social Security statements, and they're counting on getting X amount of dollars per month in Social Security, only to find out that because they didn't pay FICA tax along the way, because they were a federal employee, that their Social Security benefits are going to be vastly different than what they anticipated. So, and they don't find that out until they actually go to elect their Social Security. So if you are a state or federal employee, you need to get with us at Brookstone Financial. We deal a lot with those types of scenarios to help people understand, you know, the consequences of those pensions.
Seth, when you were with us last week, we talked about annuities in general.
Yeah.
And today I think we're going to focus more on one specific annuity, correct?
We are. We're going to talk about income annuities, John. And I'll tell you what, the response to last week's show was phenomenal. We had a lot of calls, a lot of people in and around the community submitted inquiries through our website, called our office, and we thought it'd be a good idea to really elaborate on one type of annuity in particular, and that is what we refer to as what's called an income annuity. income annuities can be fairly complicated, but just as the name says, income annuity, they're designed solely for the purpose of generating retirement income. So it's not really designed to compete with the stock market. It's really designed to compete with pensions. And as you know, pensions are really becoming a thing of the past. I mean, my generation, my children's generation, they probably won't have pensions. What they will have is a lump sum, and they'll have to manage that lump sum in hopes that they won't run out of money in retirement, and that's what these types of annuities are designed for.
And you say types of annuities, income annuities. How many variations are there when we're talking about, when you say income annuity, to me that means, okay, there's one, but there's different little nuances?
There are a lot of different nuances, and we're really going to go into more detail the second segment to break those down. But there's 10 different types of annuities in this world today. But again, annuities are very complicated. But if you understand annuities, there are some pretty substantial benefits there. They do take a lot of the risk out of the equation. And if you're really, take a look at your portfolio. A certain portion of that portfolio is probably designed or allocated for income, to where another portion is allocated toward growth. Well, that income portion of your portfolio is what we may consider using an income annuity to replace that traditional bond exposure. Because with interest rates, the rise in interest rates is going to wreak havoc on bond prices, and we prefer income driven by annuities versus income driven by bonds at this stage of the game.
All right, we will talk, as Seth said, about income annuities in the next segment, a little more detailed there. But before we do, for folks who have watched you for a couple of weeks, perhaps they say, you know what, I like their style, I like the fact they have a team of professionals, just one relationship, but a team of professionals. If they'd like to meet with you or one of your team one-on-one, how does that work? Yeah,
it's a free consultation. There's no obligation. Just give our office a call. There's the phone number. There's the various locations of Brookstone Financial. Give us a call. We do offer 1 hour, one-on-one complimentary consultations. You'll be meeting with myself directly, but we also operate as a team. It's one relationship, a team of professionals. There's one member of our team that's with us on the show every week. The last segment, Mr. Larry Riff, talking about Medicare supplements, but there's just too much to get your hands around when it comes to financial services and retirement, and we choose to take a team approach because you can't be an expert in all areas when it comes to retirement planning.
I think it's interesting too, and people should know that you tell me a lot of times people are a little bit thrown aback. They meet with you and it's like you're not trying to sell them a bunch of things. That isn't how it works at Brookstone, right?
Well, we're trying to first and foremost educate them on what they have, and often I see clients come in, or people from within the community come in, they have these annuities and they have never spoken with their advisor since they purchased it, and they're wondering, what is this thing? How does it work? What are these fees I'm paying? I understand I have some type of guarantee. Help me understand what this does for me.
All right, more on income annuities coming up here. We'll be right back. Once again, it's Brookstone Financial. If you'd like to make an appointment, no obligation. They'd be happy to talk to you. Seth would be happy to talk to you, and he'll talk to all of us next on Wave 3 Listens. Once again, Brookstone Financial, your roadmap to retirement, and again, the interest rate update.
Yeah, John, rates are looking up at Brookstone. We have FDIC insured money markets at 0.80%, 3-year fixed annuities at 2%, 5-year fixed annuities at 3.15%, and those 1 to 3 year maturity bonds anywhere between 5% on out to 7.5%. So great rates at Brookstone. Give us a call or stop by the office.
So I was talking to Kevin Harned, Chief Meteorologist here at Wave 3.
Yep.
He said the weather for your upcoming golf scramble will be perfect.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. Upcoming golf scramble. This is our second annual Brookstone Financial Golf Scramble with proceeds benefiting Ronald McDonald Charities. We have 2 dates, Saturday, July 18th out at Wooded View Golf Course in Clarksville, Indiana, or Saturday, August 8th at Sultan's Run in Jasper, Indiana. We do have a $50,000 cash prize, hole-in-one. Register your team today. There's the phone number. It's a very inexpensive scramble, by the way, $300 for a 4-man team.
All right. By the way, Kevin Harned, I made no promises, Kevin. I was totally joking. Okay. Annuity Kit. Now, we have limited time here to talk about annuities, but if you'd like more details, you'd like to peruse at your own leisure, here we go.
Yeah, John, here's a kit. We'll actually send you hard copies of this kit, but before you commit to buying an annuity, or maybe you own an annuity today, you need to go to our website, request this free kit, tongue twister, and we will send it to you in the mail, and then we'll follow up to offer you that free one-on-one complimentary consultation to really help educate you on the ins and outs of annuities, and whether you're, again, considering purchasing one or you already own one. That's the goal, is to educate you.
Income annuities is the focus today, and I love when you go to the pad there, because you say this explains it very simply, and then we can ask some questions.
It does, and before we go to the pad, really quick, here's what's happening in the income annuity world, and this is pretty interesting. Okay, I got this letter last week. Okay, it was from the Hartford Insurance Company, a major supplier of annuities, and a lot of insurance companies are doing this. They're offering buyouts. So here's what happened. Early on, years ago, when annuities first started adding these living benefit riders or income riders, they offered guaranteed income for life. They also offered a guaranteed growth rate that was used to determine this payout that you would receive in the future. Well, early on, they miscalculated life expectancy. They overpromised. What we're seeing now is many major insurance companies coming back and offering buyouts to annuity policy owners. Here's some of the companies here today, some of the more popular companies that offer living benefit annuities. Some of these are offering buyouts, cash lump sum buyouts. So if you're sitting at home and you own one of these types of annuities or from one of these various companies, you need to give us a call, because you need to understand whether you have the new type of annuity that they offer or the old type of annuity that they were offering. And these buyouts, John, they're happening more and more, but the insurance companies realize, they're on the hook to pay this income over your lifetime, and people are living longer.
I see. So before you make that decision whether you want the lump sum or not, there's a reason they're offering you that, I would think. You need to kind of weigh it out with an expert.
You do need to weigh it out, and typically when we're looking at this and looking at these lump sum offers, they're going to lowball you. They want to buy this thing out as thin as possible. So you may be better off to keep that annuity if in fact they are offering a lump sum. But we've run across many individuals in the community that own these types of annuities, had no idea that there was a lump sum cash offer on the table. So give us a call at Brookstone Financial if you own an annuity, a living benefit annuity, and we can talk with you in more detail about that.
All right, now we're going to put Seth Stewart to work. Income annuities, that's a topic today. We're going to go to the pad here and give a brief little overview, correct?
Yeah, let's go to the iPad for the viewers at home. So here's what income annuities are designed for. First and foremost, they're designed to create retirement income, a lifetime of income. But there's two primary phases of these types of annuities. There's what's called the deferral phase, or that's the growth period. That's when you're deferring the income. You're not yet drawing the income from the annuity. And then ultimately, you're going to get to a stage of life and you do want to start receiving that income, and that is the payout period. Now think about this for a minute. Okay, this is a timeline of an annuity. Here's your purchase date here to the left of the screen. Life expectancy is all the way out here to the right. So let's say that a 60-year-old individual purchases the annuity with the intentions of at age 70 turning on the income. And we'll assume life expectancy for this individual is 87. So during the deferral period, the company's going to offer them some type of guaranteed growth rate on their money. Let's call it 7%, because that's pretty typical today. So that lump sum is growing at this predetermined number each and every year. Well, then when you choose to start taking the income during the payout period, they have what's called an age band payout. And that's important because that's in the fine print of the contract. They want you to buy into that, because that 7% looks really good.
Yes.
But the age band payout looks something like this. Let's say you're between 50 to 60 years of age. They may pay you 4% of that value, whatever it's grown to, for life. If you're between 61 and 70, they may pay you 5% of that value for the rest of your life. So, John, the longer you defer, and keep in mind they want you to defer, what's happening with life expectancy? It's shortening. Right?
And they know this. This is all based on numbers.
Yeah. So and here's the other thing you need to understand about this type of annuity. When the income starts, the money that's coming back to you, those income payments, that's your own money coming back to you. So they're giving you your own money back, first and foremost. only if and when that contract value falls to zero do you ever get into their pocket, because you're really just getting your own money back. So what we help you do is determine the sweet spot of these types of annuities, because it's really important, because they're very complicated and there's a lot of provisions in the prospectus and the contract that you need to understand to get the most out of these types of annuities.
Wow, this is interesting stuff, and I see the need for an expert, because someone like to sit down with you and go, okay, you know, let's talk about your family's history, life expectancy, that kind of thing. Let's talk about your needs financially, whether you need this money immediately or you can wait, you can defer. This is all little variables that a professional at Brookstone could help you with.
Yeah, because we're unbiased, John. We don't work for any one company, you know, ABC company, XYZ company. We work for the universe of investment options for our clients. That's who we work for. So being independent allows us to work with all the major carriers to study their contracts, better understand their contracts, and help our clients get the most out of their annuity. And I'd like to flip up the various companies that we're identifying that have these buyout options. So if you're sitting at home and if you have one of these companies' annuities, here they are. If you have one of these companies' annuity contracts, you need to give us a call, Brookstone Financial, because we can help you get the most out of those lifetime income payments. We can help you identify the sweet spot, and that's when you should turn on the income.
All right, let's real quickly before we go to break, let's talk about trivia, because there is a prize involved, courtesy of Brookstone Financial.
Yes, it is, John. I think it's tickets to the the PBR coming up. Yeah, there it is. Professional Bull Riders. And I got a long story about this. Actually, my father and my brother were on the PRCA for years, so I grew up on the rodeo circuit. But here's the question. How many different types of annuities are available in the U.S.? A5, B7, C9, or D10?
I was listening closely. I know, but I'm not eligible. All right, if you'd like to win tickets to see them, they're coming to the Center, by the way. Professional Bull Riders right there, and you can get tickets before they go on sale. This is a show. These are real cowboys. These are guys who better look out for their retirement, I'm telling you that, because they may retire really young. All right, coming up, we'll get the answer to that trivia question and more about income annuities with Brookstone Financial and Seth Stewart. Oh, welcome back, Wave 3 Listens. We were chatting a little bit here about income annuities. We encourage you to go to the website. If you're like us, not enough time for me to really learn everything I need to know, you can get a hard copy if you go to brookstonefinancial.com and go to the website, and it's an annuities kit, right?
Yeah, John, this is a free annuity kit, and actually part of downloading this kit or requesting the kit online, there it is, you're actually going to get hard copies in the mail. So a lot of people like to get their hands on those tangible reports. We're going to mail it to you, and more importantly, we're going to offer you a free one-on-one consultation to help you better understand the benefits and the pros and cons of annuities. And maybe you're shopping for one, but maybe you already own one and you just want to better understand it.
Before we go to Larry Rift again, if you would, talk the companies that right now people may need to be aware of as far as their annuities, as far as the buyouts.
John, there's many companies offering buyouts today because, again, you know, early on in the issuance of these annuities, they kind of overpromised or miscalculated life expectancy. So there's a lot of companies offering buyouts. We have some of those companies here we can pull up on the screen and show the viewers at home. But if you own one of these types of annuity contracts from these companies, you need to give us a call at Brookstone Financial, because we can help you get the most out of the income stream or the lifetime or living benefit. Here's many of the companies. Again, some of these companies are offering buyouts, but if you own one of these contracts, give us a call at Brookstone Financial.
All right, one relationship, a team of professionals. That's Brookstone Financial. We have one of the professionals here, but we also have another guest every week who talks about a very specific area, which is Medicare.
Yeah, Mr. Larry Riff. We're very fortunate to have Larry on our team, and Larry really breaks down questions that are submitted each and every week, either online or over the phone, to Brookstone Financial. But I want to turn it over to Mr. Larry Riff for our Medicare Minutes.
Diane says, a friend told me about Medicare Part C that I don't really understand. Can you share more about that plan and how it works, especially with the other parts of Medicare like A and B? Well, that's a great question, Diane, and I'll do my best to try to address it for you here. Actually, Part C is relatively new compared to the original Medicare. The original Medicare was enacted by the government in 1965, Diane, but during the Bush administration, it was decided that a private company or companies could in fact help with managing Medicare benefits, which are now referred to as Part C or Medicare Advantage plans. It was a mandate by the government, though, that all the plans offered had to be as good or better than the original Medicare for them to proceed. And I would suggest that Medicare Advantage is usually better coverage than the original Medicare and typically includes Part D prescription drug plans. Now, when you choose a Medicare Advantage plan, Diane, your Part B contribution is directed to a private company to pay for the managing of your plan. In many ways, Part C is similar to the original Medicare, as it still requires out-of-pocket expenses for both inpatient and outpatient care. Therefore, the financial gaps in coverage still exist. Additionally, because Medicare Advantage plans are for the most part either a PPO or an HMO, it will require one that receives care to work within an approved network. That means your doctor might not be available in that network. So when you're enrolling, please make sure you check with your agent to see if your doctor is in the network that you're joining. Now, Advantage plans, as you asked about, how do they work with the other parts? They still are the same, A and B, and you still have them. They just work in conjunction with your Medicare Advantage plan or Part C. Remember to contact a trusted agent who can share about all the plans to ensure that you make the best decision, Diane, for you and your family. Have a great day, folks, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much. Once again, that's Larry Riff. Free consultation.
Yeah, John, everyone that views the show each and every week, anyone in the community can meet with Larry for an absolutely free consultation regarding Medicare supplements. It's a very complicated topic. There's a lot of moving parts, and that's why we're very fortunate to have Larry as one of the team members at Brookstone Financial. But if you're nearing that age of election, coming up on 65 or in an open enrollment, well, open enrollment will be open toward the end of the year, but give Larry a call. Give Brookstone a call, and we'd be more than happy to sit down with you one-on-one.
All right, Brookstone Financial, once again, it is one relationship and a team of professionals. Okay, let's talk trivia here. We've got a gift to give away if you'd like to go see the rodeo. These are professional cowboys. Yeah. Then here is your trivia question.
Yeah, John, we kind of gave it away earlier, so if you were listening, how many different types of annuities are available in the U.S.? The answer is D. There are actually 10 different types of annuities available in the U.S. Now, there's a lot of different carriers and companies that offer these types of annuities, but the basic types, there's 10.
All right, Linda Weddington, congratulations. She knew that answer, and she'll be out there checking out those cowboys aboard those bulls. I tell you what, those are real cowboys. You told me your family was actually involved, on the rodeo circuit, correct?
Yes, my brother and my father were in the PRCA, and actually my brother still is, so I grew up on the rodeo circuit. Rope. Yep, team roping, yeah. I was actually a header and a heeler for a while, believe it or not. So I wasn't always in the suit here.
Does that ever come in handy, being able to rope anytime?
You know,
like if you're aboard a boat and you've got to, get it
a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a little bit.
Interesting.
From time to time.
All right, real quickly here, I also want to remind everybody about this golf scramble. Now coming up, and you can help out the Ronald McDonald House here in Louisville, Kentucky. All you have to do is just get involved with the golf scramble that's happening with Brookstone Financial. Yeah,
John, this is our second annual golf scramble. Proceeds benefiting Ronald McDonald Charities. We have 2 dates. The first one coming up is at Wooded View in Clarksville, Indiana. That's Saturday, July 18th. It's a shotgun start at 8 a.m. And then out in Jasper, Indiana on August 8th at Sultan's Run Golf Course. It's $300 a team. It's a 4-man scramble. We have a $50,000 cash prize hole-in-one.
All righty. Also want to remind folks to go to BrookstoneFinancial.com. Of course, you can catch Seth here every Monday, but BrookstoneFinancial.com, a lot of free information, especially when you go to that report section.
Yeah, and John, in particular today, those of you, we've been talking about annuities and income annuities in particular. If you're considering purchasing an annuity, don't do it until you purchase or download or request our free kit. The kit's absolutely free. So go to the website, request the kit today, we'll mail it to you, and then we'll follow up for a complimentary consultation.
All right. Yep. Before I let you go today, I have to ask you, man, you pulling for those Cardinals? Get to the College World Series?
I'm always pulling for the Cards,
man,
John.
Isn't that great, though? Super Regional today. Can we get the win? Will the game even go off? I guess I better keep it here on Wave 3 for the weather reports, right?
Yeah, you know it.
Always dependent on the weather. All right. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit more. We'll give you that website once again. We'll have you write down that date for that golf scramble. Brookstone Financial, that's right, a team of professionals, just one relationship with you. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Brookstone Financial. We talked about annuities, income annuities, and we talked about the buyouts. You may be getting offers from the following companies, right, Seth?
Yeah, John, there's a lot of companies offering buyouts today. What they realized is that they mispriced a lot of the living benefits on these annuities and their annuity contracts. So if you're at home and you own one of these types of annuities, or you're considering purchasing one of these annuities from these particular carriers, you need to give us a call at brookstonefinancial.com.
And if you want to get to retirement, you just don't know exactly how to get there, you need your roadmap to retirement. Meet one-on-one with Brookstone Financial professionals.
Yeah, John, it's one relationship, a team of professionals.
All right, once again, Brookstone Financial, that happens every Monday, and we encourage you to give them a call. Now, again, no obligation, free consultation,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, and a lot of people think they're going to be sold something when they come in the office. We just want to help educate them and to help, better understand where they're at today so we can help give them guidance in the future.
That's right, and you may be surprised because you're not going to be sold anything. That isn't the way you work, right?
No, we're more about educating clients. We're problem solvers, not product salespeople. So we focus on solving problems.
All right, and it happens every Monday right here. Brookstone Financial with Seth Stewart. Give them a call today, and we'll see you tomorrow right here on Wave 3 Listens. Go Cards.